with us, we have the owner of Agarwood Resources. We are here at Felda Chola Utara, and we are from Interpersonal Communication Skills Group B. My name is Shafiq, this is Aiman, this is Faye, and this is Alia. So today we are going to interview the owner of this shop. And so please, can you introduce yourself?
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. Thank you for coming to our company to run the interview. My name is Amina binti Basaad. I'm the owner of the Agarwood Resources company. Okay. So actually, I'm the generation of Felda. The second generation of Felda. Yeah. That's why we are running the process in Felda Chola Utara.
Okay, so can you introduce your business? Like, how did you get a concept or idea for the business? Why you choose to hold the Haru business?
Okay. Actually, I'm started to search and looking about the Agarwood tree. We call in the English name the Agarwood trees. Okay, the Agarwood since 2010. Okay, after finish my study at UTM. So before after I finish my study, I'm thinking of doing a business, but actually I'm not sure what kind of business I'm looking for. Then me with my brother, we are looking we search about the Agarwood. Then we start from there. Okay, then for our company, our main focus is three department, which is one is for the nursery, which company supply the seedlings, fertilization to the plantation establishment. Then the second is factory, where we produce the Agarwood tea. The third one is marketing and distribution, where we also gather all the downstream products of Agarwood, and we distribute through the agents, online or agent. Yeah. That's the roughly idea what we are doing here.
Okay, so how do you advertise your business? What kind of advertising methods do you use?
Okay. Firstly, because we are not a big company, so we use we are looking for the cheapest marketing strategy, which is the online marketing. So we do the website and also the dropship agent. Okay, currently before this we are open for the stockists and agent. Since Agarwood is not familiar for Malaysian, so they are facing difficulties to selling the products because they have to educate the customer. So from there, we decide to use the dropship agent, where HQ provide all the information to the agent, and they can blast and advertise online. So currently we use the online platform, mainly in Facebook.
So you say that's the only hardship that you face, like how do I say it? Like the dropship, not being able to tell people what your products are about.
Yeah.
Does that affect your business somehow?
Okay, actually first when we start, our main target to distribute this product is not for Malaysia. Okay, we are targeting for the overseas market. Okay, but at first, because our company is small company, we don't have the capacity to provide for the overseas market. So we have to think something else to at least we can get the cash flow. Okay, from there we decide to do the dropship agent. But like I mentioned before, we're having the difficulties because Gaharu is not something mainstream in Malaysia. We have to educate people with the knowledge and else. So yes, it affect our business, but slowly it grow because when people know the benefits, the good of these things, so they start to use, and slowly it's growing. Even not so widely distributed, but we see the growth.
So, can I ask what is the mission of your business?
Okay, our mission is to be the best Agarwood company in Malaysia, starting from the seedling until the distribution, because previously Agarwood industry is focused for the forest. We take from the forest and sell just like that. But when we start to do the plantation, we have to start a new direction of the marketing, because the customer are very not familiar with the uh, products from plantation, because it different from the forest. We get from the trees that the age maybe 100 years or 50 years above, but from plantation we estimate around 10 years we already can cut and harvest the trees. So obviously the quality will be different. So we have to educate the customer, the buyer, the difference.
And can you tell us about the vision and the objective of this the business? The vision and the objective.
Something vision sorry, maybe I mix
Okay.
the things. Okay, actually our one of our mission is to provide the best services and quality to our customer, whether be for the local or for the overseas customer. And the objective, we always try to improve our quality of product, our customer service, so that all our agent, all our customer will get the best from us.
What are the activities or events your business has been involved in?
Okay. Previously we have attended some of the local exhibitions conducted by the Management Authority for Gaharu, which is MTIB, Malaysian Timber Industry Board. So when they conduct all the program related to Gaharu, so we get involved lah. Okay, mostly 3 times per year like that. Then we also involved for the overseas exhibition, like in Japan, Hong Kong, Dubai, and a few other countries.
So you would say your business has gone international, like it was planned? Or?
Because first, like, we set up for the overseas market, but when we start to go and promote our products for the international market, we realized that actually we are not capable to produce for the international market, because the volume is very big, which is we don't have the capacity. So at that time we thinking that this is just for experience, and we know that this product have the potential to develop, but at that time we don't have the capacity.
Have you ever felt like giving up on the business?
Many times.
Okay, so can you share about the hardship that you face?
Okay, one of the hardship is the Agarwood trees is the long-term business. Okay, at first, mainly for the traditional market or traditional type of the Agarwood business is for the tree to grow until the 10 years. So in between the time, we cannot get any income. Okay. So the mentality of the previous business, they thinking of they have to wait for until to harvest the tree for the 10 years. So like me, which is the young generation at that time, after finish my study around 25, so mostly the planters or the businessmen that involved in Agarwood business is the, you say, 50 years above the age. Okay, so I'm the young one, and I don't think this business is that hard. But after I enter and see, because it is the long-term business, we don't have any cash flow come in. Okay, that's one of the hardship, because we after study we don't have money. I'm not from the rich family, so everything I have to set up on my own. Okay, the second thing is when we start to do the plantation, like I mentioned before, the buyer have very in their mind is the plantation is no good, not good quality of products, because the age tree obviously okay just 10 years, but if they get from the forest, okay, the tree is very matured enough. But at one time they will facing the, because in jungle they are very strict strict regulation. We cannot take and make the trading of the wood. But mostly they do the illegal one, so that they can still buat. But still, because we want to do the long-term business and we want to do everything legal, so we go to the plantation. Okay, but we also facing the problems about the buyer still request from the forest. But I have to stick to our planning that we are focused only from the plantation, because plantation, one, we can produce consistently. Second, we can grade the quality of products much easier than from the forest.
Okay, and we heard that there's a process called inoculation.
Okay.
Yeah, inoculation. Can you explain how the process works, and also how much does it cost for a per tree?
Okay. For the inoculation services.
Yes.
Okay. For the okay, like in the jungle, I make a comparison so that maybe you can get clear picture. In the forest, only 20% of the agarwood tree contain the what we call resin. Okay, so when we go into the jungle, we cannot just cut all the agarwood trees because not all have the resin. Okay, so it is very waste, and slowly the numbers of tree decrease. Okay, so we start the plantation. For the 10 years tree, we cannot get the resin on the trees if we just wait for the natural interaction happen. So we have to make the inoculation, which is we make some the liquid, the formulation, inoculum. We put some bacteria and so on. So we inject into the trees. By putting the inoculant into the trees, then it trigger the formation of the resin on the trees. So instead of maybe we get 100 gram per tree, so we can get maybe 1 kilo per tree, because we can make many injection per tree. So for plantation, we can optimum the yield for each tree. For the inoculation services cost around 150 ringgit, up to the maybe 500, depends on the size and the height of the trees.
Wow, that's quite expensive.
Yes, actually this is the cheaper.
Oh.
Because before this, like my experience 10 years ago, okay, people charge very expensive. Our company had paid 30,000 per tree for inoculation. At that time, they charge 1,500 ringgit per liter. Okay, but that's the experience we have to pay.
Speaking of inoculation and costs,
Okay.
this business, does it cost a lot? Like all the process, the plantation?
I think yes for the question, because the at first, because we don't have so much information about the trees, we thought that when we planted the agarwood trees, it happens naturally in the trees. But it is not like that. Okay, so after we planted, then we have to take care of the trees. Then after 5 years, we have to make an inoculation, which is quite costly also. Then after we want to harvest the tree, we cut the tree, and the process of carving is very expensive in Malaysia compared to other our neighbor country like Indonesia, Thailand and Vietnam. So that's one of the challenging agarwood business in Malaysia facing, because we cannot compete the price with the neighbor country. I don't know whether I'm answering your question or not. Okay.
Okay, from what we know, your method of carving the agarwood is using the manpower.
Okay.
Or do you use any machines?
The first a few steps can we use the machine, but for the carving, no, all the
Manpower.
yes. That's why it is quite costly. And one thing is, in Malaysia we don't have the expertise in doing that. like I'm going to Thailand, they already train so many villager, the village people to do the carving. So the cost to pay for the workers is very low compared to in Malaysia.
Oh, so manpowers are limited.
Yeah, limited in Malaysia. But last year we started to train our young generation here to do the carving. Yeah. So it started. They start to learn, and currently we have 8 workers. But for this month we stop. For one month for a moment after we get a new stock coming in.
Okay, so one more question. Okay. Most of your business collaborations and exposures are in China. You
Okay.
Mostly collaborate with China. And can you tell us, like, why do you target China? Is there a lot of benefit from collaborating with China? Is the business there big?
Okay, one, we have 2 collaboration in China. First, for the inoculation. Okay, why we go to the China? At first, because they are inviting us. Okay, first, when they invite us, they said that they don't have the technology to induce the trees, so they invite to make the collaboration. The second one is for the oil extraction. All because in China, mostly they use the agarwood, the trees for the medicine. Yeah, they are not producing the oil. Okay, so from that, they are looking for foreign expert to come in and help them to develop. They don't have any issue regarding the money, the raw material, because when I go there, one company they can have 1 million trees per company. Instead of Malaysia, for the whole Malaysia, we have 1.5 million trees registered. Okay, so we can compare that this, in China, one company already have 1 million per company, but in Malaysia we only have for the whole Malaysia 1.5 million trees. So you can imagine the difference. Like they are running for the country.
Okay, so this might be a sensitive question, but
Okay.
does it affect your business in China due to virus outbreak?
Okay. Actually, we start the last year. The collaboration is going down slowly, and when this issue coming in, then it's really effect. The effect in terms of, because one of the company we collaborate, we supply them with the perfume. Okay, so in China they have to distribute the perfume. But when I follow up with her, she said that the distribution is having a difficulties because nobody want to make a courier or something else. So obviously it affect the business. The other one, because the inoculation we don't have go every time, so they have to do on their own. So we just supply and they go and make the inoculation. And mostly the location we are dealing with is the not exactly at Wuhan, but in the like in Guangzhou, Hainan, and Shenzhen.
So I want to know, like I really want to know, what are the benefits of agarwood?
Okay.
Since you made it into tea, and so do you think it's possible to make it into a skincare? Maybe does it benefit anything?
Actually, there are around 15 companies in Malaysia that are producing products, agarwood based product. One of the company is doing the skincare, because our company, we are target more on the beverages for the, because we don't want to wait until the matured time to harvest the tree. So starting the trees at year 2, we can already pluck the leaf and make a tea. Okay, some of the benefits of the tea is it can reduce the uric acid in our body. Okay, so it's good for the person that having a problem with gout. Okay, then it helps to make us feel relaxing and helping for the insomnia people to having a deep sleep, which is we can drink the tea 4 hours before we sleep, then it effect a good sleep for the person. Okay, there are other benefits for the gaharu because from the one tree we can get a few products because the tea is from the leaf. Okay, so but mainly from the oil and for the wood. Okay, maybe I can show you the sample of the products because maybe you no idea what how Aisyah. Aisyah kau ambil kayu dan minyak. Tak any wood oil. Okay, for the oil most the very famous we make product from this is perfume. Okay, all over the world they expect for the Agarwood this perfume is the very expensive one. But if we smell the pure Agarwood oil, the smell is not so good. If you smell before, maybe you can smell.
Very strong.
You can smell from there.
Yeah.
So it's like
Can I smell the perfume?
This is not okay. Later we can smell the perfume. This is all the pure. Okay. In Malaysia, we are not using directly like this. Okay, for the pure oil. But in Arab countries, Saudi, they use directly like this because one of the characteristic of the oil is when we apply to our skin, combination with the heat. It can slowly soften the smell. Okay, so in Arab it's very hot, so they use the agarwood to apply and the smell getting softer. And one more thing, because this is expensive, Malaysian don't like this.
Don't buy it.
Yeah, because this is we call 1 tola. 1 tola is the normal term for the agarwood business. Okay, 1 tola is equal to 12 mil. Okay, then this is costly in Malaysia. We selling at 800.
That was one bottle.
oh my
Very
god.
pricey.
Okay, this one is 300.
Wow.
Okay, that's why in Malaysia we don't use this to apply daily. But when we mix to the perfume, we only use the very small percentage of the oil, the pure oil. So we can sell the perfume for the cheaper price. Like this one, this is our perfume. We mix with the pure oil, and the price is 30 ringgit. So you can see the difference. So for the local market, we can sell like this because the price is cheaper compared to the pure oil. But still, compared to the other perfume, we are not the cheapest. Because we can people can say I can buy the 10 ml perfume at 10 ringgit or 5 ringgit. Okay, but if they know about the Agarwood, they will say this perfume is very cheap. That's why our agent we have to educate them to to tell the people about the benefits and about the quality of
price.
product we use. Okay.
Okay.
Last question.
Since we're talking about perfumes,
Okay.
does it take a long time to
Extract.
to produce the perfume itself? Like, is it a long process?
Okay. To produce after we get the formulation, then the process of producing the perfume is not take long because the equipment is very simple. We can make it in the house if we use for the small industries. But if when we want to make the formulation, it's the hardest time because we want to make sure the smell can be accepted and like this. So we make a few sample, then we go and ask around which one smell then can accepted. Okay, after we get the formulation, then we can develop into the commercial producing lah.
from your stories, we heard that you face a lot of hardships, right? So,
Okay.
what makes you continue the business then?
Okay. One of the reason I'm still stay in this business is about people around me. Okay, one is the planters. Okay, in Malaysia we have so many small planters that it is impossible for them to sell the Gaharu products to overseas for their own capacity. For the 100 trees, it is impossible for them to sell to the Dubai like that. Okay, so they are looking for the anchor company, that some company that can help them. So we are receiving so many requests and
Collaboration?
no, for the planters, for small planters. Okay. Second, we also do for our community, because when we operate in the location like this, we provide the jobs for the local people. Okay, so we want to stay because we want to provide more jobs for the local. Okay, for the third and for the Agarwood industry, in the big picture, which is we are a few companies in the Agarwood company that need each other. We have
I
to
see.
support each other to make sure all the industry can success. Because for the plantation, I think the industry just started maybe around 10 years. 10 years is not matured enough for the industry to grow. So not so many company that doing the Gaharu. So we have to
Stick
be
to
there.
it.
Because so many new companies open and gone, because it is not easy. There are so many up and downs, but at the end I don't know, I still here in
You're
this
quite
business.
satisfied
Yeah.
with things.
Even we are so I think too far from the our expectation. Yeah, for our mission, for our vision, but still we have to be here.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So, tak ada situ lah.
Okay, so now we are finished with the interview session, and we would like to ask Puan Amina to maybe show us a demonstration of how the process of making the products here.
Okay.
So let's move on.
It's not producing the products, but how to use the products. Okay. Because the Gaharu chip is not something familiar in Malaysia. Yes, I do. Nah? No. Mango. Okay.
Shall we turn on?
Yes, sure. Okay, this is a sample. You see, this is the Gaharu chip. Aisyah, can you bring the Agarwood? This in there. Yang dalam. Tepi tu. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is like we selling like this. Okay, example, this is 10 gram, 30 ringgit. Okay, so this is after we extract the oil, we produce this one. This is we call bakur. Okay, yeah, to perfume the house, to make the
It smells good.
huh? Okay, so first we have to put the charcoal, and then burn the charcoal. Aisyah. Ada yang lain?
Wait lah. Saya tahu apa.
Okay, so we have to burn the charcoal first until it turn to the yes.
Oh, so for this process, we have to use a gas lighter.
Just lighter,
And
charcoal.
does it take a long time to transform the charcoal into into ashes? Or?
No, around maybe 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes.
Okay, then we can use the Agarwood chip to burn. Okay. Can you smell?
Yes,
smells
there's
good.
already smell.
Okay, this is the pure wood. Okay, but for Malaysia, mostly we use the bahur, because bahur is we put the fragrance into the wood. So Malaysian accepted this thing easier compared to this man. Okay, this is the wood rose. Okay, so people burn and make a perfume.
So this is used like to make the house smell nice.
Yes, like aromatherapy.
For example, this charcoal lasts like how long does it?
For the charcoal, maybe around 1 hour.
For 1 hour.
Yeah, but the smell, because it in terms of the smoke, they can spread around the room. So like we burn,
Will last longer
at
lah.
at night we still can smell.
I see.
But in Malaysia we are easier use like the liquid, the essential oil, the diffuser. But this is the
Natural.
the natural ones. Yeah. But when we start to educate the customer, the agent about the products, they can they started to accept. Okay. One thing in like for Muslim, they believe that the what we call syaitan semua.
Paranormal.
That evil lah.
The
Yeah.
jinn.
They are don't like this smell. So when we start to burn it before Maghrib, like at 7 o'clock, then the things are not coming into our house.
It's one of their beliefs, is it?
Yes. And like like that.
So you can say it's like one of the protection for
Yes.
the Muslims. And
Yes.
are there any houses in Malaysia that uses this product? For example, they don't use the liquid ones; they only use this traditional
Yes.
method.
Yes. Especially for the some family that they have the related with the Arab people, like the wife marriage with the husband from the Arab. I see. So the culture started in Malaysia, and some of the students that study overseas at the like Mesir, so they start to learn the culture at the country. So when they come back, they are already familiar to use this. But because internet nowadays, everybody can see what other country do, so they can try something like this. So when we share with them, they also can Google, see you. So they want to try, they can.
Out of curiosity.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Conclude.
do you have any other questions? Do you guys have any questions?
No.
And since we can see a bottle of tea,
Okay.
how much does this one bottle cost approximately?
Okay, this is RM3 for the retail price. Okay, because this one we use we make it from the leaf, but in the ready to drink. Okay, before for this is we are not targeted more for the health conscious, because we still put sugar in this, because we want to just educate about the gaharu. So when we distribute, okay, people try and say, okay, this is gaharu tea. Okay, this they started to accept. Okay, then if when they can accept this, they can try the tea bag. Like this is focused on the health conscious people. Okay, so
One more last question.
okay.
So like, if the public wants to try, maybe if they want to try this tea, they
Yeah.
want to have a taste of it. Where can they get this?
Okay. Currently for the tea, we collaborate with the Persatuan Gaharu Bumi Putra Malaysia. So they can get the list of the distributor in their website. But this thing, because we are only the factory that produce, later I can give you the details. Okay.
Okay. So I guess that's all from us. And okay, well,
Shall we
so
try
we received a tea, a gaharu tea, as you can see here on the labeling. So we would like to thank Puan Amina for having us here today,
Okay.
for accepting us and inviting us over. And to conclude our interview session today, we wish your business success to become successful in the future, and we hope you can produce more of your product and you can go worldwide. Yes, internationally. Okay, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.